I'm nice like B.I.G. is. I'm the greatest of
Hello,
all.
and welcome to this, and this is my review of Ring of Honor's Final Battle 2007. Took place in New York City, was their final show of the year, and will be a good place, I thought, to start with the new year as far as Ring of Honor DVDs went. Even though I think I've already done one this year. Yes, I have. I'm being stupid, aren't I? Yes, I am. Anyways, let's begin with this show. The show took place, of course, in New York. Almost all of their New York shows have been very good, in my opinion. So, here we go. This was the night 2 of a 2-shot weekend in New York, where they did the pay-per-view the night before. I will talk about that here in a bit, because I do have some with this stuff. We started the night out with Jigsaw and Ruckus taking on Matt Cross and Bobby Fish. I'm not real familiar with Bobby Fish, but of what I saw, I liked. This match was good, though not great. It was okay, I would say. It was pretty spotty. It was your average, what I would call TNA X Division match. Lots of spots. Really no rest period. It didn't take away from the match, but the match was fun. I'll say that, and I thought it was good. 2.5-star match. Lots of nice little things they did. A lot of fun, I thought. Then we had Larry Sweeney versus Claudio Castagnoli in the sports entertainment portion of this DVD, which they had a pretty nice little kind of go at it. They didn't really explain very well what happened the night before on the DVD, which kind of upset me a bit, as Daniel Puder was there and he got involved. They didn't really explain why. They did, but they really didn't. This was one of those things where it just didn't come off very well because of the way they taped the pay-per-views, and then they came out with this and it just kind of didn't work. And it's one of those things where I think the announcers need to do a better job of explaining things, particularly when they have not aired on pay-per-view yet. Anyways, and this was an okay match for what it was. I'd only give it a 1.5 stars because of what it was. It wasn't anything great. It was enjoyable. It was that, but it was just kind of there to set up further things down the road. The next match we had was a no DQ match, a Necro Butcher versus Jack Evans. This was a good match. I felt a good 3-star match. Lots of good spots we could expect from Jack Evans and Necro. Necro took some insane shots that I was just like, oh my god. During this, I was watching this and just going, they're not going to do this. They're not going to do this, and they did. It was pretty nice. Jack Evans actually did a sunset flip powerbomb on Necro to the outside, which was very, very cool, and I liked that. And it's probably, I wouldn't call it the spot of the match because there was some other stuff with some chairs. It was pretty good, but this was a pretty good match, I felt. Next we had Marufuji versus Davey Richards. Your pretty standard fare here. I'd give this 2 3/4 stars. It had some good stuff in it, but nothing I would just go wow about. To be honest, it was just kind of there, but it was fun. I will say that. And it was just kind of Marufuji doing what Marufuji does best, and Davey Richards just kind of letting him. The ending was really good, but I've seen enough of this to where it was just kind of this, okay, they're gonna do type of thing. So there you go. Next we had Adam Pearce, BJ Whitmer, and Brent Albright versus Delirious, Kevin Steen, and El Generico in a Tables Are Legal match. This was, for a Tables Are Legal match, this was good, but not great. I'd give this 3 stars. They had problems with malfunctioning tables, which eventually they got over with. The ending spot of this is amazing. Definitely a holy shit moment of that really nasty spot to finish this match, which is always good in a match like this. Up to that, I thought the match was just kind of there, and I thought the end spot really kind of saved it. So check that out. Next we had Romero versus Ernie. Osiris. Blah. This was pretty much just Rocky Romero going over Osiris. I'm not sure why they put this on there. It was, for a squash match, I guess it was 2 stars. Next we had Roderick Strong versus Erick Stevens for the FIP title. This was enjoyable. I will give the match 3 1/4 stars. Only because of the last, when it really started picking up. We did have a title change here with Erick Stevens winning. which the crowd went kind of crazy for. The crowd for this was kind of all over the place. They were alive for some matches, they weren't for other matches. I don't know if they were just wore out from the night before or what, but it was just kind of there. But this was a good, hard-hitting match, which picked up at the end to the point where it turned into a good match. It was kind of slow during some parts, a lot of punching and kicking type of thing that just didn't work. Though Roderick Strong did an Insano dive, which was just insane. Or no, it was Davey. No, yeah, it was Roderick Strong. Did an Insano dive, but it was just crazy. Or was it Davey Richards? No, I can't remember. Oh well. One of them, either Davey Richards during the Marufuji match or Roderick Strong. I'm getting them confused in my head right now. Did an Insano dive, but either or. This match I did find pretty good. I thought that it was the ending came out, the crowd popped, everybody went home. It was a nice little title exchange, which Roderick Strong had the title for long enough. So there we go. Next we had Morishima versus Bryan Danielson versus Austin Aries versus Chris Hero in a Four Corners elimination match, which thank you for elimination matches, because I like these. If you're going to do a multi-man match, they need to be elimination matches, in my opinion. I think I know booking-wise they don't always work out so well, but I just enjoy them better. I think they work out better, in my opinion. This was a great match with lots of nice little storytelling going throughout the match, which is sometimes kind of hard to do here. A lot of fun, a lot of good stuff. Some of it worked, all of it worked. I don't know, some people might not enjoy this as much as I did, but I really liked it. I thought everything worked out really well, and I definitely say this is a good, solid 4-star match that I enjoyed quite greatly. Next, we had the Briscoe brothers versus Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black for the ROH World Tag Team titles. We didn't have a world title shot at this event, so this being the main event makes perfect sense. Finally, a main event tag match that makes sense, in my opinion. And this, of course, spoilers, just so you want to know, Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black did go over the Briscoes here to win the titles. Why they did this on this event and not the night before, I do not know. I do not understand. I think that's stupid. I understand that you want to give the people that have been buying the DVDs something and not have all the title changes happen on an event, but you did have the FIP title change here, so I don't think you need to necessarily have the tag titles change here. I think you could have done it the night before. That's just my opinion. Particularly since this was a angle that had played out on the pay-per-views. The crowd for this sucked. They were dead. They just were sitting there watching the match. And this was a very good match. Lots of cool spots. Lots of just cool stuff. Tyler Black took a Doomsday device on the outside that was just crazy. There was just all sorts of crazy spots. There was all sorts of crazy false finishes. This just worked so well. And of course, Lacey and dressed in goth is good stuff. All of it just was really great. I couldn't believe that the crowd just kind of died and just was kind of there, and I was just kind of like, what is wrong with you people? Why aren't you just marking out for some of this stuff? Even when they won, the crowd was just kind of just like, eh. I don't know if that's because they don't like the Age of the Fall that much or what, but come on, this deserved a lot better. I don't know if the crowd was tired. I'm sure I'll be told numerous things about what happened. But anyways, this was still a very good match, and not a great match, though, in my opinion, just because it was a little too spotty. There were some things that it didn't flow as good as I would have liked. But I really did enjoy it, and I give it 3 3/4 stars. Overall, I would give this show a 8.0, a very solid, great show from Ring of Honor, what you would expect. Kind of an average, in my opinion, show from Ring of Honor. Yes, I do consider great shows from Ring of Honor average. But overall, I would recommend picking this up. It's a great way to end the year. This is their biggest event of the year usually, and I thought it came out pretty well overall. Some good promos and other things I didn't touch, of course. But overall, I would say pick it up. I do recommend it. So, later.